We had a general manager of shortstop who worked for us for quite a few years, who had to retire essentially because his brother was suffering from MS, and he worked for us since the very beginning of shortstop, and we felt when he retired, as a tribute to him, that it would be great to make multiple sclerosis our charity of choice and participate in the MS Walk every year. And we remembered one of the features that was talked about when we initially were exploring the point of sale options and the retail enterprise automation options, that Catapult was able to offer a feature where you could round up your change to the nearest dollar, and we thought that would be a great way to ask our customers to help us fundraise for MS. Because we weren't asking for a large donation, we could be asking for 25 cents at a time. So easy for our employees to ask our customers, hey, would you like to round up for MS? Tap a button and it does all the work for them. And we basically, I believe we've raised close to $40,000 total over the 3 years. It's grown every year, and this past year we actually managed to raise close to $23,000 just on the roundup alone. And we also had a little fun with it this year. One of our team members actually had the idea to use a Western theme, since it was Roundup for MS. So we used cowboy hats in our stores and had a huge participation from staff members who rounded up for MS and had a little fun screaming yeehaw and giddy up in our stores, and it was great. We had a lot of fun with it, and we were able to raise just on the roundup alone this year close to $23,000.
So I started with little shortstop approximately 5 years ago, and the first thing that I was asked to look at was actually the point of sale system that we were currently using. Evaluation of approximately 10 vendors. Those 10 vendors went down to 5 vendors that presented their software and their capabilities, and through that entire process we ended up going with ECRS, Catapult, and Armagh, and the main reason being the functionality of this POS software, as well as the relationship that we've had with Armagh for 30 plus years. Added on that was having the ability to provide customers value in what we were doing. So when we were doing promotions, that we would be able to provide promotions that were a little bit more complicated that we had in the past. So if they bought 1 at a certain price, 2 at another price, and 3 at a third price, that they would be able to do that, and our staff would be able to simply scan the product and the price would appear, and there was no difficulty from our customer understanding what the price was and from our team members understanding what they should charge the customer. If you look at the staff who are coming on board, so our new staff, for them it is very simple in the fact that they do not need to memorize prices, and that's what they had to do in the past, and remember promotions and other things like that. Now it's simply a scan system, so any new people coming on board, they learn the system within 2 hours. The people who had been employed by us for 10, 20, 30 years, it was a challenge. Once they started the system, within a few days they were very comfortable with it and basically went through this huge aha that it was much simpler than what they were using before. I think it's the entirety of the system that sets it apart, as opposed to one thing that you would say, well, that's it. There are a lot of features that we haven't even tapped into at this point in time that make it a very, I would say, secure, robust, and a heavily featured system that we can use and basically grow with as an organization.